Again, YouTube has been glitching. I do not know what is going on. But we are here, and what we will have will be a good time. I am still reeling from being up late watching the Beyonce concerts, but I can get some rest once we're done on here. Y'all know first things first, if you have not done so already, take a little second, take a moment, and make sure to like and subscribe. You can also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok and stuff. And yeah, again, we have today's chat. We did Love Marriage Huntsville. I gave a little story time for the drama at Lowe's. And then other content is up on the chat. And also go watch that. Okay. Anyway, I am here. I'm on camera. Okay, boom, pop out. I then went and got some food because I was on earlier. I had not ate it. I done ate some food. I done drank some water, and here we are to discuss just a lot of things that happen on social media and whatnot. YouTube has been weird today because even when I hit starts, like nothing popped up. So if you were watching this and you did not know I was on live, it ain't me. It is you too. Okay, wait, hold on me. So a lot of stuff like happens. Don't want to start with Beyonce. I'm not gonna start with Beyonce. But I will start, I guess, with some. Look, I'm gonna start with Aaron here because I like that man, and I feel like because a lot of foolishness has been happening, I like that today he put up a grateful post. Okay, he's a handsome man. I cannot wait until the show he's on. He's doing the Green Lantern show, so I can't wait for that to premiere. Okay, but he was like, "Look, I'm out here working. Okay, I'm with the peoples around here, and I got my girlfriend with me, and we in love and stuff. So you know him and Anna Taylor. Okay, and just because he usually isn't a social media person, but he's kind of dipping his toe into letting us know that he around here, he happy, he in love, or whatever. He doing the Lord's work. Okay, he's out here volunteering as well as acting, but raising money or is it cans, donations? I don't know. But again, I like him. Okay, I like him as an actor too. But again, I'm like, he was our girl. And you know, she also commented and said forever grateful, love, 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 love. I feel like they have probably been dating for a while. And because we keep hearing so much be the ask about other couples, other people in the world, and people like trying to dog out new relationships. Okay, I am happy that somebody around here is in a happy, at least we think is happy. We never know. Okay. But he right here, he good. He good, she good, and that's what matters. Now, speaking of relationships, I kept hearing conversations about a Tamar man and David man, and you know, he tried to kill her, and I said, now what the hell not had to happen? Now, when I see stuff on TikTok, sometimes I ignore it because I'm like, I don't use TikTok as a end all be all. It's all right stuff. So when I seen folk on TikTok saying, "Oh, you know, he tried to kill her," and that's not how that happened. So I guess they got wind of what was being said. So both Tamala and David said, "Well, hold up now. Listen to us."
He's sitting here. Well, first of all, we got to tell them where we are. We sitting here on vacation, chilling together, and we find out we getting a divorce.
Yeah.
Well, ain't nobody told us.
50 million divorce.
Now, when you sitting around on vacation on a beach somewhere, and you are told, "Hey, y'all know y'all divorcing," who said that?
From David Man. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm like, what people? Y'all stop believing this mess.
Now y'all know Brown and Cora ain't divorcing. Brown and Cora, the fact that they play father and son in the Medea world, but they're really husband and wife, is crazy but funny.
Stop believing this mess.
Okay,
I'm not sick.
We got to give them a rundown. First, it started with her being deathly ill.
Yes.
No, she looks good to me.
I'm fine. I am great.
And
I'm doing well. He is not beating me. He is not poisoning me.
They said that man was poisoning her and trying to kill her, and they were divorcing because of that.
Baby, this is some poison meat if people.
I'm hitting on her, but not like that.
Oh my God!
Now y'all being nasty.
Right. No, I'm not hitting her at all because people getting crazy stuff.
Yes,
we making.
You know, every word is.
I ain't
taken.
gonna say what I'm gonna say. But
well, you know,
and then
we do a grown folks stuff.
Right, on vacation. Let me give you the vacation view. This is the vacation view.
But the thing is
we're on the beach, boy.
I don't understand why people want to lie. And y'all, my family been calling me. People thinking that I'm dying. My nephews are like, "Ain't I just want to hear your voice?" And it's just, it's so
Somebody
sad.
said, "I knew that was some bull." It is.
When I heard it, and I was like, that don't even sound regular to me. It don't sound regular. It don't sound correct. Because why would he be beating her and poisoning her? And we see them all the time. Say it for me.
I don't believe it. Like,
say it for me. Say it for me.
I mean, they doing a lot. Like somebody said, I poisoned her. Then somebody was saying, she's filing a 50 million.
Yes,
yeah, look what is this?
What is that? It's on YouTube.
And they make it look official. Y'all.
I don't even know who these people are.
Unless we AI right now and we live. I don't know what's going on.
It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. I wish people would just get you something to do. Go get you a job.
We're sitting here.
Not gonna get a job. But yeah, and sometimes people hear things and they run to YouTube and make a video. I was like, no. So they had to say, no, I'm not beating her. No, I'm not poisoning her. No, we're not getting a divorce. No, it's not no lawsuit because he poisoned me and all that stuff. They said, leave us alone. Okay, let Jesus fix it and leave us be, child. Also, congrats to Kelly. Kelly has finally opened her second restaurant. Well, the second location of her chicken and waffles restaurant over there in Georgia. So I know before this, they was saying, "Oh, girl, when is it gonna open?" She told y'all I was waiting until my divorce was finalized before I opened up a new business, because if not, the husband would have been able to claim some benefits, okay, for our stuff. So yeah, me and him is over. The divorce is final. I can now use my money and build up my other restaurant. Remember, hold on here. Hey, D. I think I'll make my lunch. I'm on live. What are y'all talking about? You said what? Go golfing. Thank you. No. I love you. Okay. I know what DJ had to answer for DJ. But again, Kelly was like, I have to wait to open it because again, if not, the damn ex-husband now could get some of my money. Okay, so the second one's open in Sandy Springs, Georgia. It's open 7 days a week. So hopefully that goes well for Kelly. So congrats to Kelly for the restaurant being open. I like Kelly. I do. I think she's a cool person. Separate from that, I want to get to some JT news. JT was on the cover of Cosmopolitan. Okay, has some great pictures around here, and I like the fact that she is, doing her own thing, solo dolo. So in the magazine, they was asking her about her separation from the City Girls and how she thought about that. Basically, life after City Girls. And she said, "Look, what happened. That's what it is. Because it is not what I wanted, but it was destined to happen. I don't feel regrets about it. I feel happy and controlled and like I'm where I'm supposed to be. Anybody who's ever been in a group will say how hard it is to go into a solo career. I feel like we were doing our own thing for so long, and it was like, I don't mean this harshly, but it was bound to happen. Meaning, sometimes you come together on one accord, you try things on one accord, and then sometimes it just does not work out. Or it's not even that, it's not supposed to be forever. Miami was in jail. No, who was in jail? No, JT was in jail. Young Miami was out in these streets handling things, but they broke up 2 years ago. But sometimes people go their separate ways, and it's not no ill feelings or whatever. It was that, okay. But again, she's still working, and so congrats to her and her thing. But I think people have to realize sometimes groups do break up, and it's not horrible they break up, as long as it is for the right reasons. Okay, so again, Because sometimes staying together, it can get toxic. You can start getting resentment, child, and y'all be fussing, fighting, and whatever, and that's even worse. So, again, congrats to JT for keeping it moving. Child, Smokey Robinson has a fifth housekeeper who's accusing him of harassment, battery, and things. Now, this person went and filed a police report. I'm to the point where I'm like, is everybody lying? Or are they teaming up to be against him? I'm not sure. Look, they always say where there's smoke, there's fire. And when a fifth housekeeper comes forth and say, yeah, it happened to me too, it can be two things. It can be one, well, I see how they're getting stuff from it. Let me join in. Or it could be, it did happen to me too. And so I want to complain as well. So I feel like, child, go to court. Case said fifth woman has stepped forward accusing Smokey Robinson of sexual harassment and battery. The unnamed woman reported the allegations to the LA County Sheriff's. She joined the four other former housekeepers who also filed a criminal complaint. They sued him for $50 million. Okay, all the women worked for him before in his houses or whatever, all had the same complaints: a pattern of sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, and a toxic work environment that led to emotional and financial hardship. Now, he, of course, said, I didn't do nothing. Okay, I'm innocent. Leave me alone. It wasn't me. They lying. Go to court. At this point, once it's 5 employees who worked for you over the years, and they're all alleging the same thing, because somebody lying. I don't know who, but can all the women be lying? Who knows? Wendy Williams was around there at the little wax figure. And I said, first of all, Wendy, whoever did her wax figure, did great. Okay, did great. But just seeing Wendy out, that's a good thing. We are happy that she's able to be out with her niece. Sightseeing, seeing her wax figure, whatever. Cool, have fun. Okay, we don't need her around radio no more. I hope they're over trying to get Wendy back into show business. Let her live her life, give her money, let her live a lavish lifestyle of luxury, doing nothing. Okay, but again, seeing her out and about is a great thing. Okay, again, we want great memories and whatnot. Katie, who used to be on the Housewives of Potomac, said she's married again. Katie and these wigs and these white men, I don't know. This is her third, maybe fourth marriage. I think it's her third. Okay, and she's always with a white man with a bad wig. Okay, now she said I got married on July 10th to the love of my life. Prior to our marriage, I had a slight manic episode. It's been handled, and he encouraged me to get help. Okay, and also stay off social media. So I committed to that, but now I'm back, healthy, happy, married to a good man. Now, if you say so, I don't know that man. He looked tired, and she do too. So we're gonna hope Katie can look. Katie has a lot of mental issues. Katie needs some counseling, some mental assistance. Katie don't need to be on no one's television. She don't need to be at all. Not on no show. She almost don't need to be on social media. I need her to focus on mental health, hers and hers alone. But again, hopefully her new husband, this white man, will help her. If not, child, Jesus should fix it. Who else? Oh, also Mia. I know how. Mia, who used to be on the Potomac Housewives, we know she's not coming back for this current upcoming season. So Mia still wants some attention. I think Mia thought, I'm going to leave Housewives of Potomac. I'm going to get around here, and folks will still be want me to be on their show, on their radio. And no one wanted that. Like, no one said, hey, girl, come over here. So she was trying to explain to us, hey, what's going on currently. She said, no, G and I are not back together. We do see each other every day, and we are deeply involved with raising our kids together. So grateful. She said, yes, I'm single, not by choice. Ink decided that he didn't want to wait any longer to take our relationship to the next level, and I'm not ready nor in a position to enter into another marriage right now. Then why would you get into a whole nother relationship? Like, it's weird when folks be like, I'm not ready for that next step. You should have never been dating while married. I'll be that be. Um, I've been married combined in both marriages for 15 years. I think it's fair to date and spend time with me. Although, please know, I was deeply in love with him, but actions following the separation are placing a deep wound that may not be repaired on both sides, keeping it real. She's looking for someone to ask her to come be on a show. And no one wants that. Not today, not ever. Work-life balance. Currently, I'm a proud investor, owner of the 5 joint chiropractic clinics in Maryland and DC, building out 2 territories for the talks in Atlanta. Founder and CEO of a house of Mia Moore, and the messy Mia method. Girl, she making up shit. But I guess it's good if she got back a hold of those clinics that Gordon and family own. I guess that's a great thing. The glow you see, it is what happens when you let go of people and situations that no longer serve you. Surround yourself with people with high vibrations and exude confidence. Most importantly, spend time practicing gratitude and truly putting in that self work and place your energy into spaces that feed your soul. Lastly, we have one life to live. Be that girl. Mia wants to be on either Housewives of Atlanta or Love and Hip Hop, one of the two. I think she's just trying to put herself out. Like, hey, I got me and Ink beefing a little bit. Me and Gordon, who wants to film us? No one. Mia should have never left Potomac. She should have fixed her marriage, or at least her co-parentingship with Gordon. Because to me, she moved to Atlanta to be close to the Ink, and now y'all not together. So I don't know what to do with that. Okay, but again, she said, I'm single, y'all. Jay-Z fake son wants y'all to know he did, cancel that one lawsuit, but it's not for the same reason.
What's up with everybody? It's your boy Ramirez here. I just want to get on here and let everybody know the updates, what's going on. It's been a crazy couple weeks, y'all. I want to let y'all know that I have not stopped my fight. I did withdraw my case. It's for a reason, y'all. It's not because I'm stopping with it or not going to refile it or anything like that. It's just a lot going on behind closed doors. That's only one case that we withdrew for right now. But it's a lot going on. You know how this industry works. These judges, these lawyers, these high celebrity people, they try to use all different types of tactics and call it what you want, bully tactics and different types of stuff to, slow it down and just change the narrative. So it's like,
imagine trying to get in contact with and force someone to prove that they're your father. And when they say they want no parts of it, and you keep going, which makes it be a public situation, you then sue them for your own embarrassment and stuff because you tried to force them to prove that they was your daddy.
hey, we got to step back and play chess, not checkers. So we sitting back and we just observing everything right now. I just ask y'all to keep the support. Keep the support. I have not gotten any DNA tests. I have not gotten any settlement, anything like that. I wouldn't just take it. I would let y'all know, honestly, even if it wasn't y'all business. You guys been here for me all these years, supporting me. I wouldn't dare just run away with no money or nothing like that. So, no, that's not what it is. But as I said before, y'all, just keep your eyes open. This is bigger than me. This was never just about me. I'm trying to change things for the world, honestly.
The world? What you mean the world? I feel like, again,
for the future, we need this to be changed. We don't need to continue to go in these courtrooms and don't get fair due process and everybody don't get discoveries and you just get treated unfairly. So it's just like, I'm standing on business, and you know I will continue to fight. So please don't think just because y'all seen that withdrawal is over. It's not over, y'all.
Meaning, I'ma still stalk that man. I'ma still try to force him to give me his DNA. I'm I'm not supporting this because I just don't think there's a point to it. Once you go into I'm doing this for the people, for the world, great. I want no. If you say, "Hey, I think you're my daddy," and someone says no, I'm not gonna fight you on. I'm not going to fight you on that. I'm not going to court to force anyone to be my parent. I'm just not gonna do that at all. And I saw folks say, "Oh, well, he has a right to know where he comes from and who his family is." He do, but if the family say no, I'm not gonna fight for that. Because I don't want to be a part of someone who doesn't want to be a part of me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're even if I don't see this going his way. I don't. But again, he told y'all, "Hey, keep fighting for me. I'm gonna fight for y'all." And I said, "Well, that's not my thing. I'm not thinking about that." I'm gonna get to them in 1 second. Where is it at? Oh, here we go, right here. What's his man name? Slim Thug. Slim, yo, I used to like his music. I did. I remember him dating Latoya Luckett, and I used to like Slim Thug. But I'm like, he's an asshole. But now y'all know he liked Megan Thee Stallion, and she said, "Nah, bro, I'm good." And so what he do? He ran around in his car talking shit.
You didn't think I was that nigga. You ain't give Slim that chance, but you gave that nigga you thought was that nigga that chance. He not around 25 years later still buying Rolls Royces. So don't ever fucking be mad at no. Just accept the no and the rejection and know that if you a tough motherfucker like me, you gonna get your time to shine.
Time to shine with what?
They have to live what they told you no. Okay, if it ain't me, let's see how that work out for you. Let's see what you end up with. Yeah, I like to watch. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not talking about the stallion. She got her own boss like resort and shit. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not talking about her. I'm talking about real life shit. Y'all gotta realize, man, that's as much as I like she the stallion, I'm not trying to I want to be treated like the king, man. She a whole queen. You didn't think I was that. That's expensive. Did you see the watch she bought that nigga 300? Man, what kind of gift you got to buy back if she give you a $300,000 watch? I can't have no woman, little boy in me. You know.
You can't have a woman, little boy. She bought him a watch. If they're both millionaires and they want to get each other a gift, and like it ain't like Clay said, "Hey, this look what she." Why are you comparing and contrasting?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm representing boss energy. I cannot have a woman buying me a $300,000 watch expecting me to buy her, some of that magnitude right back. Hey, baby, I know where I'm supposed to be, and that ain't it.
So mainly, I can't be with anyone who will buy me something that's so expensive that I would have to buy her something as expensive back as a gift. And I'm like, damn it, maybe she don't want nothing as expensive. But let's say Clay might like good watches, and she got him what he would like. But he said, I can't be with someone who wants to buy me expensive shit because I would then have to buy them something. Sir, well then go sit down.
So that's expensive.
So this is the watch that Clay had on, and when someone asked him about the watch, he said, "Yeah, Megan got it for me as a gift." And they like prayed. When people knew how much a watch like that cost, so, the watch cost $20K. I'm like, it is a nice watch, but Slim Thug trying to make it seem as if, I can't be with her because, I can't get her an expensive gift. I don't like him anymore. He gets on my nerves. And there may also be a reason why he's single. He's an asshole. Okay. And I think at one point before Latoya got with her current husband, people was hoping like they might get back together. I'm so happy she kept it moving and kept pushing them. And no slim thugging around here. Okay. Keisha Cole is on tour. And at a recent stop in her tour in Houston, somebody, we don't know who, brought out Trey Songz. And Keisha Cole said, whoever brought Trey out without letting me know, weird as fuck. And if it happens again, you will be fired ASAP. Don't bring nobody back out on my stage without me able to give them a formal introduction. Okay, I appreciate everybody who came to show love. 20th anniversary, the way it is, like, y'all weird. Meaning, bitch, this is my tour. This is my tour. You cannot bring anyone out on the stage when it's my tour. She also said how she was not able to say hello or goodbye to Trey Songz. And she, thank you for coming, Trey. But I did not know you were here. Did not know what was going on. No sound. I do feel like you can't bring people out on someone else's tour. Like someone in her, whoever in her camp allowed it is wrong. She's in charge. Period. And if I'm off stage, how y'all pulling someone else up on stage? Okay. Now Trey came back and said, you know what, I was waiting, child. Okay. He said, waited for you before and after, but show was incredible. So I'm like, who knows what the breakdown in communication was between Trey Songz team and Keisha Cole's team, but someone had to have known because he has to get there on time. Like, it has to be some kind of structure going on. So I'm like, I wonder how did that even happen? To where it's her tour, y'all put someone on stage that she didn't know. Like, did he get paid for it? Was it free? If it was free, I don't care, but still and it probably also means she doesn't want them bringing up other people who she don't know about, and she may not like them on stage. Okay, how you know about? And Trey, look, has all kind of accusations about him. So what if I don't want him on my stage because I don't believe in his antics? So y'all stop being disrespectful and let Keisha Cole know who is on the stage here, there, forever. Who else was I gonna discuss here? Because we don't have much to get. Oh, it's already 30 minutes. Look, I need some water. Y'all take a good 30 minutes, okay? Like the video for a second, please. And we're back. I saw Jackie's daughter did an interview with Make It Make Sense on YouTube, and she was just clarifying some things between her mama, her sister.
Christy and Takari are in contact.
Yeah.
Can you tell us for how long?
Yes, it's been about 5 years. For about 5 years, it was slow progress. We didn't get no inside help or anything like that. I just received a call one day, and it happened to be my mom. And we laughed and cried and, got over that. And every time I received a call after that, I picked up the phone and, time went on. So it's been about 5 years.
When you saw the clips of your mom, whether your relationship was strained or not, and we're hearing that it's not strained, how did you feel seeing someone, albeit your sister, put their hands on your mom?
Takari admitting that her and Jackie, child, YouTube was glitching like crazy. So I think it's knocking people out. I'm like, why keep you dropping in things? If you watch it and it knocks you out, it's let it back in. But Takari's saying how, her and mom are not estranged anymore. How for the past 5 years, they have been rebuilding their bonds, because Jackie caught her one day. And I feel like, even the stuff that was happening between them before, like years ago. It was probably more strained then because none of them was talking about the issues. Um, because 5 years ago, child, right around COVID times, if Jackie started trying to make amends with Takari, that maybe why Takari, isn't dogging her out now.
My stomach hurt. My stomach hurt. My stomach was hurting when I heard about it, and I was in straight disbelief. And then to see like it really happened like that, it just my stomach hurt. It just made my stomach hurt. I felt so bad. Like I just felt so bad, and I just wanted to reassure my mom, like that's not. I don't feel that way. We're not living in that past. We're not, doing that. You're not alone. You're not alone. I don't know what's going on. I can't. We all saw. I'm gonna call my dad. I'm gonna get my dad. Using that against her type thing. And I'm not sure what's going on, but I just wanted to make sure she knows. I'm standing with you.
Because the people still feel like Jackie is at odds with Takari. It almost makes it feel as if Jackie is at odds with Chantel. And the Takari point is, me and my mom are not even in that place anymore. Chantel can't use that as a gotcha. You beat out with my sister and me. But we thought that until Takari said something.
I don't care who would have hit you. It's not cool. Like I never would have said, and I know people think I should support my sister. I'm not against my sister, but she was wrong. She was very wrong. We're 30. We're in our 30s, baby. We can talk, we can talk. And if a conversation is not getting us the results that we want, we're old enough to turn to God by ourselves and just ask him to heal our hearts and go on about our business, because I don't see where the good comes from this.
Yeah, and Jackie Christie has a right hook.
Listen, I don't know better than that one. I don't know better.
I kept sounding like if they know that Jackie's feisty, like why even try to fight her if you know she's a feisty mama?
And Jackie has a right hook.
Oh, right hook. Listen, that's the Central District of Seattle. I would have never played with it. I'm not even gonna lie with y'all. And you know what? What's crazy is we have heard the stories. My mom has shared some stories with us about her growing up and how she was out there fighting, and the kids didn't mess with her, and she held that throughout life.
Jackie was out there fighting in the streets.
My mom was that woman is a whole warrior. That woman is. That's what I said when I said my sister don't know her. I wasn't trying to be funny. I have had conversations with our family. Like my mom is a prideful woman. Where we came in at is all we need to know. Who she was before she had children and all that stuff. Not a lot of that was shared with us. So to talk to family and hear about their family dynamics and how they came up and the struggles and comparing that to ourselves or like my life, that made me give my mom so much grace. It really just that, she's just a girl. She's just a girl type situation.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that is that who your parent is to you is separate from who your parent was before they became a parent. And sometimes we can expect our parents to be perfect with you're my parent. So why do you not have all your shit together? But if you don't know your parents like before story, you may not know who they are as people. So even Kari bringing up how like once I talked to my mom, and not only my mom, other family members who told me about how she was before she was a parent, it put it all into perspective. And at that point, I had to give her grace because you never know what your parent went through. I feel like once you are an adult, every adult should have a conversation with their parent and like in an adult way. This meaning, hey, what were you like before you had me? And it also depends on how old your parent was. Like, my mom had me when she was, I think, maybe 19. I think she was like 19 years old. So how old was my mom? Let me see. Yeah, she had me at 19. She had my sister at 17, 18. So my mom was a teenager. So I had a great, my mom was great. You know what I'm saying? I had a great upbringing. So I can't imagine if a person had a mom who was already like not the best person or already had a hard life, and you're not responsible for and to raise babies. You may not be the best, okay? But again, her son, she had Mama Grace was great to hear. So I hope they all can heal from that shit. Ray J was around here talking to Cam Newton about Whitney Houston. I don't know why Ray J is. I don't know why Ray J is getting interviews. I don't think truthfully, whatever. Now, Whitney Houston died years ago. Okay, she died back in 2012, so 13 years ago, February 11, 2012. I don't know why anyone is asking Ray J about him and or Whitney Houston in 2025. But again, this is what he said.
Families, like, okay, just go with Whitney. I love Whitney. I was with Whitney every fucking day. She's one of the most important people to me. Niggas is.
Why does Cam look? Is Cam high? He look casket sharp.
Saying that I was in the room when she died, bro. That's the biggest cap I've ever heard. I've heard it since the beginning. But when you know the truth, why do you have to jump out there and try to tell it to everybody? So I didn't care about what people were saying at first.
But I think it's important that you use this platform, because one of the things that I was going to hit on is, number one, you mentioned murder, right?
That's, if you look on all my comments,
yes,
every time I go live, anything, you kill Whitney.
Okay.
That happens in spam.
Now speak your truth.
That's weird. I don't understand why anybody on Ray's lives would keep saying that. That is extremely weird, in my opinion.
On that,
here's the truth. Just, it's not my truth. It's just certain times when narratives are going to the moon. That's not true. Everybody has you have to go and you have to shut certain things down.
Right.
The way they made that scene is so haunting to me. Here's why. I wasn't even there. I was nowhere around.
Where were you?
I was in San Diego doing a show.
Okay.
The Clive Davis event was the next day. We were going to go there together. And we were going to fucking really make the announcement that, like, you know what I'm saying?
So y'all had a real relationship.
1000%, bro.
The real emotions.
Bro.
Whitney gone, so we don't know.
That was my people, bro.
So
that's how.
The fact that Brandy looked at Whitney as like a godmother, but Ray J had allegedly an alleged intimate loving relationship with her as like a boyfriend is weird in general.
I was like, I barely speak on Whitney. She's Whitney Houston.
Yes.
That's Whitney Houston, but she's Whitney to me, right? And it's to me, it's just so distasteful for somebody to tell somebody something that the other person can't respond to.
Right.
So that means if you know she's gone and she can't respond, why even have this conversation?
To me, it's unfair. So I've always just never said nothing. But now that this shit's going everywhere, like, bro, it's just fucking hurtful, bro. Like, I don't
trust people who hold cigarettes and don't smoke them. Because a true smoker smokes while talking. Ray J holding that cigarette is like he's acting.
Back to the hotel. They did not let me up at first until everything was cleared and it was just the family. That's when I was able to go upstairs and see the family. This is you talking like late at night. When I pull up, I got my shoes. I'm ready to go to the event. I just talked to her on the phone. She's not there no more. It's over. Like, and Ray, who was her bodyguard, he found her and he called me. CNN says Ray J found her. And then 10 minutes later, like, oh no, Ray, her bodyguard. That shit's 10 minutes later, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so
there's a innocence with jumping to conclusion, and you can kind of see why. Obviously, there's similarities in names, but that.
Well, if Ray J is who she messing around with, and if Ray is the bodyguard, that's an easy misconception.
Was not you.
I was nowhere to be found.
Right.
And I hate talking about it because I got so much love for her. I've never seen her in that state.
Yeah.
They never. So to make me that person when I wasn't even there, and then to put murderer on top of that, but I just solely just got away with it.
Mm-hmm. But I think something that you shared with me.
Why is he still holding that cigarette? Ain't puffed it, ain't dabbed it to get the ashes off. Why is he acting like a smoker?
Me, that I think is important.
There we go.
Right. especially with this to give perspective. Did you guys do drugs?
I've never done one drug with Whitney. And then when niggas ask me, did Whitney do drugs? I mean, you don't gotta, there's certain things you can ask me and I'll tell you about me. But you don't gotta ask the other question because you already fucking know, like, it's Whitney. Everybody knows certain answers. I can tell you about me. Like, I was so fucked up after that shit happened. I tried hard drugs.
So Whitney died of hard drugs. And to cope with her dying from hard drugs, you did hard drugs?
For the first time after this shit happened. Because I was just like, I didn't know what was going on, bro. I was totally like in awe of it.
Did you ever witness her doing drugs?
Whitney?
Yes.
I don't want to talk about that because then it's like.
Cam asking that question again and again and again. It's a bait and switch. Him saying, I don't want to have that conversation. I don't want to, discuss what she can't, deny. Please stop asking that man if he saw her do drugs. At the end of the day, a lot of folks is aware that Whitney at some point in life was on drugs. Whoever saw her do them don't matter.
I can never put it like this. I'm way younger, bro. Mm-hmm. She's in control, bro. She's Whitney. She's a boss. And so to make me the big dog, I'm not the big dog, bro. I'm the little nigga, bro. I'm the little homie.
Well, how did you guys even meet? Like, take us through the good time, right? Like,
it was nothing but good times.
Yeah.
It was nothing.
So how did the Whitney and Ray J thing become a thing?
Because it just because we just started bonding, bro, like in Miami. But Whitney was Brandy's idol. That's all Brandy listened to. She fucking worshiped Whitney. She loved her and she emulated everything around her.
Brandy right at home, like, why don't bring me up? Leave me out of it.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I like Whitney too. Then I felt the same way, just different. Then when I seen her, I went there. And that's how it happened. And then we was locked in for a long time, bro. And so.
Did the public know about?
They knew about it for sure. They saw us everywhere. But we was going to make it official the night she passed, bro. So we didn't get a chance to. And I was on my way back and just never saw her again, bro. And then like, now you wake up to like I did that? All right, my nigga. Just let it go until it just keep going. Then you watching the Diddy trial. And then the lady's like, yo, so you had a drug dealer.
Now, how did he get in this?
Now I'm just watching like everybody else. Reading the manuscript. Ray J was your drug dealer, huh? Was Ray J your drug dealer? Just pick my name out the fucking raffle with no substance or nothing to it. Just threw it out there. The girl on the stand, I don't even know her name. She was confused. Everybody was confused. When that court let out, is when all this shit with Whitney came back. Now Ray J's a drug dealer. I tried to go to a couple of award shows, respectful award shows, bro. They didn't even let me in, bro. And the security didn't want to tell me. So they was like telling my people and they didn't want to look me in the eye as if I was going to do something or tweak out.
Crash out.
On everybody. And I'm like, is that who I am? Wow.
I feel like Ray J always wants to come off as a victim, and it's weird that he doesn't understand that his own actions is why a lot of folks look at him how they do, because he comes off like a unhinged possible drug dealer, because he always kind of seems high. But I don't think that anyone is now blocking you from things because they thought you was Whitney Houston drug dealer. I don't. So it's like, sir, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't think that's what it is. I want to get into, because we only got a couple things left. Let me see. I did that person. Let's do Tony Braxton then. So Tamar was on the Rise and Grind morning show. I feel like she's doing promotion for the new seasons of the Braxtons, which come out, I think, next month, if I'm not mistaken. And to me, Tamar is trying to dog the Braxtons out, she keeps trying to separate herself from this show while being on the show and kind of saying she regrets stuff. But look at this quick comment she had about the new season of the Braxtons.
Reality TV that you have done. Do you have a reality TV regret?
Well, you know that. I regret this season of the Braxtons.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
What is happening on this show?
We have to tune in.
Yeah.
Don't.
Even telling people to not tune in to the show that your family is on, to me, is you dogging out your family. Because whatever the reality is that y'all went through, that's the reality. So I think even telling folks don't watch the show, it's like, why? What happened?
Don't. Remember it.
It was pain. Let me tell you, Tamar, it was painful to watch last season.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pay a part of it, right? You didn't really see me in it. It was a lot.
What the hell is going on? This is not the Braxton family value.
And this is even worse.
So even her saying this season is supposedly worse, I was like, what does she mean?
Wow.
The reality TV that you have done.
So the trailer had came out, right? And in the trailer of the show, there was one itty bitty scene, okay, towards the end, where we see Toni Braxton raise up on Tamar.
Don't Toni, don't Toni, don't Toni.
So I'm like, what did Tamar do to piss off Toni the Braxton? That bitch and table push and you remember while they were filming the season, Tamar had blocked Toni on social media, so we didn't know what had happened. You know what I'm saying? So seeing this part of the clip of the premiere, it was a teaser trailer for the season. Them showing, Toni going at Tamar make me feel like, what did you do to piss off Toni Braxton? And you telling folks, hey, no, don't watch the season. I know last season I wasn't really on there. I'm on there this season, but don't watch. Okay, this season is worse than last season. How can that be? Okay, how can that be? And I am for sure gonna watch, because I'm like, what? Because Toni usually don't even interact like that. Toni usually is on the sideline, looking around, laughing, giggling. So if Toni got pissed, I'm just wondering, what did she get pissed for? Tawanda face looking like, oh. Trina trying to say, okay, open saying, like, what happened? What happened? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because does Tamar not want anyone to watch because she feel like, oh, they're gonna blame me. Well, what did you do, Toni? Tamar, what did? Because Toni moved the table. Okay, Toni moved the table. Don't nobody, you like, look, we need space and opportunity. Okay, I am tired of your shit. So I can't wait to see, what that was about. So again, Tamar saying, oh yeah, this season is worse. Don't watch. I regret this season. Tamar say that after every season of any show she do. After any show Tamar does, any reality show that she do, she always say, I regret this, I regret that. It's like, girl, you can't. If you keep regretting shit that happens in your own life, you may be the problem. You could absolutely be the problem. So we have to see. But again, the new season, when does it air? The new season airs in October. In October, it returns. So we've seen some
We're back. Come on, let's do it. Let's turn it up.
You know, we see Tawanda's get married this season and whatnot. But again, the show comes out in October. So I'm like, what is Tamar trying to hide? I don't know, but we shall see. Because I said, girl, she not saying don't watch for nothing. She's only saying don't watch because she either said or did something that she don't want y'all to see. I want to do. Am I gonna do Clarissa now? So I'm gonna do Kenya last. I'm trying to figure out who I got to look at. Look, y'all take 30 more seconds, child, and like the video. I had some Simon stuff, but I almost don't care. You know, because Simon interviewed with AT Alien, over there in Atlanta, and he was just discussing some things. So we'll listen. Because they are. I feel like Simon probably wanted to do all of this while the season was airing, but because he was in ICE custody, he could not. And now that he's out of ICE custody, he wants to do all of the interviews now. But yeah, let's just listen.
First time I ever interacted with Porsha was at my home when they came in to film and introduced my ex-wife at the time. Yeah.
So we see when he met Porsha at the house allegedly when that was Fallon's husband that time.
What did he say? And that's when we had the fist bump, and that was real. We've never met prior. I mean, we've never spoken to each other. We've been in the same area, in the same vicinity. We have mutual friends, but we've never interacted with each other until she showed up at my doorstep. So when I filed for divorce from that situation and became public, I actually was in Costa Rica, at my home in Costa Rica, when I, got a DM from her. And it was one line, "I'm praying for you and your family."
Now, I feel like if he, I don't know Porsha didn't know me. The first time I saw her was at my house around my wife. I still wonder, why did Porsha DM Simon if she don't know that man?
And I laughed at the time. I was, in the middle of drinking at the time. I said to myself a couple of times, some of the bad decisions that I've made, what was I doing when I made those decisions? And they had one common thread. I was drinking tequila. And so I guess, when tequila from the bar. I've stopped drinking tequila. At least if I have to make, decisions, important decisions, I don't drink anymore.
So how long do you drink? Because you know how long you have to be drinking to make consistent bad decisions. So was you consistently drunk?
But for the most part, I entertained it because I've been drinking, and I said to myself, I said, this is going to be interesting. And I would say I pushed on and said, where are you? And she said she was in Atlanta. And turns out she was with Shamir at the St. Regis.
Okay, I got a question. If you can't make another life, what would you want to be? Well, I like to people watch, so I'd probably be, stalker.
So some of the bad decisions. And I don't know what conversation they had. If Shamir was the one who suggested she DM me or she did it on her own, I'm not sure what happened. But the first date we ever sat down and ate in a private room, Shamir and her husband were there.
Ciao.
And you know why that's weird? I feel like it wasn't as if Simon and Fallon were like separated for a while. Like, how are you on a date with a man that's just divorcing his wife, and then for Shamia and her husband to be there as well? It was a setup.
So it was, and I think I don't know if we ever released any pictures on that particular first date. I think it was somewhere around April 17th or thereabout. And we took a picture, we memorialized it, we took a picture, took videos. And so Shamia and Joe were present at our first date.
Okay, so that, thanks for clearing that up. Hold on.
It hurts. I'm gonna put that. I just feel like, child, it was a scheme for set up to bring up the bullshit.
And ironic is that what my ex-wife is seeking was offered to her within the first month of filing for divorce. I offered her to give her half the equity in that house, provided that she leaves the house immediately. That I would pay her half the equity in that home. She declined it, and I feel the reason she declined it is because she wanted to film in the house.
Our home.
I agree on that. I do. I feel like because a part of the divorce prenup was she can either keep the house and then she had to sell, or she had to give him 50% equity. But if she sell that house, that's crazy. I would have taken the 50% equity of the house and then moved on. A part of me do feel like she wanted to film the house. With a great house. I would have took the money because I don't think Porsha is going to keep that house after the little time frame. So him saying I think she did it just to film and then she couldn't film. It's like, well, hopefully now she's learned a lesson. But I'm over Porsha and Simon. They get on my nerves. But I do want to get into Clarissa. So Clarissa Fox this weekend here in Detroit. She was at Little Caesars Arena. Is a huge location, and she sold it out. Now during the weigh-in, she came in, child, in this Gucci swimsuit. And it's hot in Detroit. Okay, it's hot. But I guess if you in a fur coat and then a bathing suit, it's just the look of it all. I thought she looked great. I did. Body weight, but I'm like, her titty poking out. I was confused about the little sad titty. And whatnot. I said, what's going on? Okay. But she has Papoose' name tattooed under her titty. Okay. I said, girl, I guess so. Now these pictures are for sure edited because I saw the unedited video. They smoothed out her butt a little bit too much for me, and it's not much editing at all, but it's a little bit, just a little bit, okay. Or maybe these are just great angles. I'm not sure. Body is T though, because she is not a muscular ab filled person. She had to gain a little bit of weight to make the a higher weight class. But I'm like, her body still looks great, and she's a powerful boxer. So Pat right there with her. Okay, right there in the background, my man. But again, once you have a Papoose tattoo right under your titty, I mean, what you want us to do? Because I'm like, why is her titty hanging out? I was so confused. I'm like, oh, because of the tattoo of Papoose. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. Okay, so she's right there, and again, up close Papoose titty. Okay, Papoose. Now, maybe Papoose also has her name somewhere as well. I'm not sure. But girl, if you like it, I guess I love it. I'm not sure. It's different for me. Now she came walking in, right? Child put a Rolls Royce in her pink outfit, and she said at some point her outfit was inspired by Beyonce. You know, Beyonce had that pink dress on at the Renaissance tour. What was that? Whenever before. I said, oh, okay, I can see it. I saw folk making fun of how she walks. Everybody can't walk in heels. You know, they can't. Now, she should just wear some flats and whatnot, but I digress. But yeah, she wants y'all to know that I'm that girl. Baby, I am that girl. Okay, leave me alone. Now, she beat up old girl. Okay, she beat up Lanny Daniels. She won. Not only that, she sold out Little Caesars Arena. I want to get off of her and Pat. I want to concentrate on her, the boxer. And I was talking to him, and he was like, you know, she is getting to that Floyd Mayweather status as a boxer, meaning how great she is, how powerful she is, how talented she is. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So selling out Little Caesars Arena, amazing. Okay, amazing. And a lot of folks were down there. It was in downtown Detroit. I know everybody from Flint came. And she walked into Rick Ross with Rick Ross. She's a boxer. You know, when she's in her boxing bag, her athlete bag, I think it's great. You know what I'm saying? I want her to stay in that realm of things. I want her to stay in, hey, guess what I am? A winner. I'm a winner, baby. Because she won. Period. Like point blank, she won. I didn't watch it. I heard it was a great fight. Again, she sold out the arena. That's not an easy feat to do for a boxer. So I think I want people to. I'm hoping that she will start to not respond on that Papoose shit, her relationship shit. Leave that alone. Leave that. We see all together. Papoose on Titi. We now see all of that. I want to now focus on her as a boxer. Get the money. Okay. Get the fights. Get the accolades around here. She is now an undisputed champion. Okay. Heavyweight title around here. And that should absolutely be commended. And I just don't want her getting wrapped up into the papoose of it all that can overshadow her, the boxer. You know what I'm saying? Period. So I think that's the part I like. I like her. I do. And I'm from here. You know, we different from here sometimes. And sometimes we talk our shit. And I think she's doing that, but she's doing it in a way that's making other folks upset. Mainly because Papoose is a married man. I think if Papoose was not married, you know, folks would not be as upset. You know, even some folks say, oh, her outfit away was tacky. It wasn't tacky. Walking in a Gucci swimsuit, bitch, and a fur coat is so Detroit. It's so, because she's from Flint, okay? But it's so us, okay? It's so us. And I appreciate her being herself. Is there a video of her at the weigh-in? Hold on. Is this it? I want to see a video of her at the weigh-in, because the video of her at the weigh-in, she came in, bitch, stunting on these. She came in bouncing. And I like the fact that she knows she a champ. And because she's a woman, I don't want anyone trying to take away from that because we're upset that her boyfriend is somebody's husband. Because that's her boyfriend is someone's husband, but she is an undisputed champion in boxing. She's a great boxer in her own right, and she's talented. And she's only 30. And she won the fight, beat old girl up, sold out the damn stadium around here, or the arena. Okay, and that's what should be the story. It should not be not one girl, Clarissa, cover up the papoose titty. Okay, put up the papoose titty. Once you put out the papoose titty, she got papoose on the titty. Papoose right behind. You know what I'm saying? So a part of me feel like a lot of her stuff is getting over. Forget it. I like the fact that he's supportive. His girl is a boxer. You know what I'm saying? If he wasn't there supporting her, they would talk shit. Oh, well, Pepper, why he not up? You know what I'm saying? So, like, you're damn if you do, you're damn if you don't. Okay? So, I just want folks to know, here in the Michigans, in the Detroits of it all, we are like, yeah, about that life. Okay? Finna beat ass. Yeah, I'm going to be out here in the heat, in a fur coat. Why? Because I'm in a Gucci swimsuit. Okay? Kiss my grits. So, yeah, I'm hoping and praying that she stays in her boxing bag. I'm hoping and praying that she stays in the mode of I'm about that life. Okay. Now how she dressed is different. Sometimes I also at times don't like her outfits. Okay. However, I feel like, she's learning. She's new. She's a little bit more famous around here. Okay. But she said, I'm great.
Transcended just boxing. I mean, can you talk to me just about this nomination, this induction, and just how this feels for you?
Everything happens early for me. Like the Olympics when I was 17, then I go back and do it again when I was 21, and then the biopic when I was 29, Fire Inside, and now to be a Hall of Famer and to be the only 4-time undisputed champion in boxing. Like everything happens for me early, and I think it happened like that because I worked the hardest.
Boom. Okay, we're gonna hope and pray that her and Papoose stay together, child, because God forbid they break up. But yeah, that lady is a champion, and that's what we should be acknowledging. But girl, cover up the Papoose titty. That's it. That's all. I want to get us to Kenya. Kenya did a live on YouTube, and then we're done. Oh no, I want to do Beyonce first. Child, did y'all the end of the Cowboy Carter tour was last night in Vegas, child. And Vegas is 3 hours, earlier than here in Michigan. And so the show started at midnight here. And I was so tired today. I was so tired. Beyonce finished out her Cowboy Carter Chicken Circuit tour in Vegas. It was such an amazing show. I am for sure that tour will be a movie or something somewhere out there. It may not be a movie in theaters. I'm hoping she puts some on streaming. Okay. Even though I will go watch it in the theater, but I want to be able to watch it once and watch it again. I can't really do that in the theater. Okay. Because everybody I got time for the theater dancing. But she brought out Shabuzi, she brought out Jay-Z, and Destiny's Child. I said, bitch, what? First of all, the fact that I was able to watch mainly her whole tour on TikTok from my own home. But last night, because I've watched so many of the shows, I knew exactly when something was different. And I said, each time when she brought out Shabuzi, when she brought out Jay, and when she brought out the girls, I said something different, record. Okay. When she brought Shabuzi to do their song together, I loved it. Jay-Z coming out and he did Niggas and Prayers. I was like, oh my God, it was so hype. It was so hype, if you ask me. And then the moment that I said, wait a minute, why am I hearing Child Destiny? I'm like, oh my God, she gonna bring up a child. They came out together. If you were not watching last night on TikTok, or if you wasn't there, one or two, and you did not see them strut down, I said, oh my God, okay, to see the girls together in 2025, okay, live around here. They did a snippet of Lose My Breath. It was Lose My Breath mixed with Energy together. Seeing all three ladies together stomping down the runway. And when Beyonce said, Destiny Child, bitch, I said, who she cussing out? Who is she mad at? Child, look, now, do I want a tour? Yes. Do I think they're going to do a tour? No. I don't think their point in coming together for this last time, well, them coming together for the end of the tour, was to show, okay, we are going to do some. I don't see that happening. I would love it if Destiny Child had like a 2-month residency in Vegas. You know, during during the summer months, so that all the kids, because Beyonce's children, Kelly's children, was out of school. Michelle could have a break from Broadway and stuff. So do I hope they could do something? Yes. I just don't see them doing a full-on tour. I don't see them going from state to state, for an amount of time. I just don't. Maybe because I think Beyonce still has to do Act 3. Kelly is going on tour with Brandy and Monica. Michelle is doing Broadway. I think them doing this one show together to end her tour was the thing. And even her and Jay-Z, I think Beyonce wearing a Deja Blue shirt with a picture of Blue on there, because Blue did the Deja Blue song the whole tour. Was so cute. I hope they sell the Deja Blue shirts, because Blue did so amazing on tour. Look, if you missed any part of the whole thing, you missed it. Okay, the energy last night was fucking amazing. Even watching from a phone, I'm proud to be like, okay, I was able to see Beyonce, perform live via TikTok, for like months. From I think it started in March. No, I think it was in April. So from April till now, and all the shows she did, which is amazing. And I think everyone was shocked. We always want to see the girls, but I think seeing it actually happen was like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. Even though it was only like a 2-minute thing, I was extremely happy that they did it. Because I am of an era of when they started to now. They both were young. They all were young women back then. They're all now in their 40s. 2 of them being moms. And even how when they performed it, and they performed right before Blue came on, and how Beyonce said, guys, thank you to Destiny Child. Technically, I'm like, Blue is Destiny's Child. Blue was the firstborn of the girls. She's a performer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she's next. So seeing the girls perform together, and as they walk off, they say, that child, and then here comes Blue. It was just so amazing, So if you missed it, it's all over social media. It's fully all over social media, and everyone was gassed. Okay, this was at fucking 2:30 in the morning, my time. That I was like, oh my God. So yeah, great time have all. Again, girl. Now the kicker was, I was like, dang, will she ever bring out the other 2 ladies as well? Like, will she ever bring out, Latavia and Toya, and have be 5 of them doing one of the old songs? Just a little homage. But I feel like because this is the core memory group of them, I think they probably would never do a 5-person performance at all. You made us see all 5 of them together at one point or the other. But I think for most people, this is who they know as, DC3. And the photos were amazing. Kelly and Michelle looked amazing. Beyonce looked amazing. Have not lost a step. They seem to be having so much fun on stage together, doing energy and also doing lucha breath and stuff. They sounded great. So if you don't know, bitch, it was a good time. Okay. Also, now the crazy part was LaToya Luckett's ex-husband was there with their 2 kids and also his daughter, their son and daughter, and again his daughter as well. And Beyonce was nice enough, child, I said, girl, how did you get backstage like that? Okay, to get a whole picture with Beyonce, and he like the son who looked like, oh my God, you're Beyonce. Did you know who you is, bitch? You know what I'm saying? So the son looking like it's amazing, like, oh my God, that's Beyonce. Oh my God. You know, so he's like in shock the whole time. Oh shit. Okay. Tommy was there as well. And the daughter's got a picture with Blue and stuff. So it was just a whole great time around. Now I'm like, now that Latoya know her kids is around there. Anyway, so Tommy had a good time, and I think look, if you are a child and you have a picture of yourself with Beyonce at the Beyonce concert, child memory unlocked. Okay, so kudos to all of them. Now, lastly, Kenya. Okay, Kenya did a live, and I'm gonna play the live for y'all because she said some things. Where's Kenya? Right here. So, Kenya is not trying to, but is addressing things said at last reunion that she felt like, what the hell happened? Why would you say that? You know what I'm saying? Kenya confirmed some things. She alluded to some things. So let's get into Kenya.
Okay, so you guys can ask me a few questions because we're going to get into it a little bit because I did watch a few clips of the reunion and I'm like, huh, what? Unfortunately, I didn't watch the entire reunion, but I did watch some clips and I want to talk about some of the things that were said that were not true and how you guys feel about it. So let me take this because I need a little privacy. I can't do this in front of the clients.
Because she was at the her spa, so she moved the camera around to be elsewhere because again, she had clients and customers around there.
I should have been more prepared, but we have clients today, and I'm excited. Like, hello, my name is Brooklyn. Brooklyn, you gotta go out, okay? Oh my God! Like, what is happening? You guys see little Brooklyn, right?
First of all, Brooklyn is grown. Okay, Brooklyn is like 13 when I'm like, look at little Brooklyn. That's so cute.
Okay, you gotta go out, Brooklyn. Okay, go get your shoes on too. Yeah, twirl too. All right. Oh God. Okay. Someone goes, why did Porsha say you said Drew gave you the information? Also, I love you from the UK. I love you so much. That is from HARUN. Okay, that's one of the things I wanted to clear up. I did not get any information that was shared from Drew.
Now, what she said was, I didn't get any information that I shared from Drew. Meaning, Drew did tell me some things. I didn't use what Drew told me in my exposure of Britt.
I did not get any information that was shared from any housewife. I did not get any information shared from any friend of the housewives.
So again, I think her point is these narratives that people, so she's not saying people didn't tell her stuff. What she's saying was she didn't use what anyone else told her on the show.
That is a complete lie. And when I first heard that rumor when I think Porsha was doing a live or she was doing YouTube or something, and she said that, a current housewife had given me, sorry, I'm just trying to turn this light up a little bit because I'm behind this light. So when I saw that Porsha said that on her YouTube live and teasing that a current housewife had given me the information, they did not. I actually called Porsha and I was like, Porsha, why are you saying that? She was like, no, you did. You told me you got it from Drew. I was like, first of all, I never told you that.
So Porsha be lying? Drew said that Kenya said it didn't come from Drew. Drew kept saying, I did not give her that stuff that she put up. That didn't come from me. And she said it didn't come from me. And now Kenya is also saying, I did not get that from Drew. Meaning Porsha be lying. But she always be lying.
I would never tell you that. In fact, I told the world where I got the information from. It was from an investigation. And I have never once in my life said that I got the information from any person that is known on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So it was just very bizarre. I found the whole thing to be very bizarre. And she was fighting me on the phone for like a good 20, 25 minutes saying that that I did say it to her, I was like, I would have no reason to say it to you because it's completely false and untrue. And the one thing I just thought I was in an alternate universe talking to her because I was like, girl, I have never said that to you. The one thing that you don't have to remember is the truth.
And Porsha's always saying, I remember, I think she said, Kenny has said, I don't know. And the fact that she's saying, we talked before the reunion. Before they filmed the reunion, me and Porsha talked over the phone, and I said, girl, I never told you it came from Drew. So the fact that even allegedly after this phone conversation between Kenya and Porsha, that Porsha still went on the reunion and still blame Drew for it, to me it's kind of like you kept coming for Drew for no reason.
If you always tell the truth, you don't have to remember lies. I never said it. I always tell the truth. I never said it. If I say something about someone, I have factual information. 99.999% of the time. And for her to say that I had gotten it from Drew, I was like, where are you getting that from? Like, that is insane. And when I did speak to her personally on the phone, she was like, yeah, you did. You told me that. You told me that. I said, I think Drew has information, but she never gave me any photos or any, anything else.
I think all of them had information on Britt and probably also on Kelly. I think all of them did some kind of, information digging for each of the newbies. Which is why Drew never said, I don't have any info on Britt. What he always said was, I didn't give Kenya that information on Britt.
That she was claiming that the photos came from Drew. And I said that publicly. And for her to double down on it at the reunion, I was like, girl, what are you doing? Like, it's just not true. But she was on the phone telling me, when I spoke to her, that it was true. So the one thing about me, I'm going to tell you this right now, and I have said this on air publicly before. I have never been high. I have never been drunk a day in my life. So I have no reason to say some stuff and then forget that I said it or who I said it to, or I don't lie about people.
Meaning Porsha always say, I meant it was the Annie. When I said I will fuck as a husband, I was thinking. Her point is Porsha would be drunk or whatever and blame what she did or said on that. It's like, I don't do any of that.
I have no reason. So that's clearing up number one. Drew did not give me ish. Okay? That was a lie. That was a lie. Do you keep up with any of the current cast members? Funny thing is, I do keep up with them. I cheer them on. I'm friends with most of them. And I love seeing some of them just really lean into their housewife position. Kelly, for one, has been doing an amazing job. She's going through a lot. The clip that I did see of her at the reunion when they were asking her about the money that she owed, she was very honest about that. I really appreciate her spirit, her integrity. My one note for Kelly, stand on your own, honey.
Meaning stop kissing Shamia's ass. Stop attaching yourself to other girls on the show that will only bring you down. Stand on your own 2 feet.
You don't need anybody else. You got everything that you need to be a leader on this, new era of housewives. One thing that when I was doing scenes with Kelly, I was immediately drawn to her because we have kindred spirits, and I do really believe she's a good person. And I do honestly love that she's a good mother.
I think we all liked Kelly in the beginning because Kelly was fun. I think the issue we had with Kelly was when she would team up with someone else, that's when we did not like Kelly. Okay, when Kelly was like, okay, I'm kind of cool with Britt, the girl, stop doing that. Every time she kind of teamed up with someone else, I liked her less.
Those are the things I really admire about her. And she's not a mean girl. You know what I mean? She's truthful. She's careful. But she's not a mean girl. And she lives in her truth. And that is the making of a great housewife. So I just think that, I'm just proud of her. I'm proud of everything that she has done so far, everything that I've seen. Again, I don't watch the show. I need to do my own thing right now, but I don't watch the show. Okay, someone says, how do I feel about Cynthia on the reunion regarding me?
Child.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to get to that. Okay, Cynthia.
Now remember, Cynthia told us me and Kenya have not talked since the day of her event, the whole, at the thing. But she never wanted to see any detail about what happened, if there were any other conversations. It's something that happened. So we've always felt like Kenya was pissed at Cynthia because Cynthia, called her out the day of the event and whatnot. So that's what we've all believed up until Kenya's given her side of things.
I'm going to be very truthful right now. The reason first of all, she's not telling the truth about the timeline of, well, she's mistaken. I don't want to just say she's not lying. I did reach out to and chatted with her via text messages the day after my salon event. I'm not upset with her for speaking her mind. I think she could have handled it differently, but that's not the reason I have not been speaking to her.
And if you think about it, we've heard Cynthia speak, over this time about the event. I do feel like she tried to stay like extra neutral. I did always feel like it never felt like she was giving Kenya any grace. It always felt like she was like, no, what Kenya was wrong. Period. So I can see how Kenya could have felt upset about that, because even if you felt like I did wrong, there was still no support with how things got to how they got. Meaning Britt basically messing with Kenya the whole time, and then the gun thing, whatever. So it's a bit weird.
I thought Cynthia was my writer, one of my best friends, my confidant, someone that I really love and trusted as a sister. We have been through our ups and downs, our lefts, our rights, whatever. But at the end of the day, I thought she was someone that I would always be able to trust. That's not true. There were some private things that I told her, shared with her, and texted her that she shared with someone else. Okay, thank you. That she shared with someone else. And that really gutted me, because in this world of housewives, and you meet people, you form these relationships. Some are because they're work people, they're cast members that you work with, and some they become really a part of your village. I trusted her with my daughter. I trusted her with my secrets. I trusted her with a lot of things. And trust me when I tell you this, I have kept her most private moments, her most private secrets to myself, and have never and will never disclose any private information, specifically, speaking about intimate conversations that we've had or text messages that we've had where I'm explaining something in a very intimate way.
So I feel like Kenya's saying Cynthia took stuff I told her and told somebody else. And the reason I believe that is because Cynthia is a person who will tell somebody something thinking she's trying to help the situation, and someone may not have wanted her to go and say something. Now, that to me is not a reason to toss away a whole friendship. But I do feel like if whatever it was that Cynthia shared was shared maybe to Britt, you know what I'm saying? Or shared to somebody who she know ain't really cool with Kenya, I can see how Kenya can feel betrayed. But I feel like Kenya's point in saying, well, she shared something to someone else that I told her in confidence, and I'm pissed at that. I can see that, but I do wonder, what did she say? Who did she say it to? I do wonder if Cynthia will reply, to this, to see what you know what I'm saying? Like this. Not only that, but does Cynthia know that's why you're upset? Like, does she know that? Does she know that that she told somebody else something you thought was between y'all two? Because if you never talked to her about the issue, she can't rectify it.
And I know that she betrayed my trust. And I won't tell you, specifically the people, the why. I know the why. And the why was not for my best interest. It was for hers. And so all this, I haven't spoken to Kenya, all this stuff. Please, just at this point, just please stop talking about me.
I wonder if she told something to production. Because for Kenya to say she told whoever something for her own benefit, I feel like Yeah, I feel like Cynthia told production something that did not help Kenya. And that to me is a reason, because I kept saying there has to be some reason why she stopped talking to Cynthia. It couldn't have been as simple as because Cynthia said she was wrong.
You know, you can stand on your own. You can say whatever you want to say, but please, I'm just saying, please stop talking about me. What you're saying is not true. And, you know, I just don't want that nonsense in my life anymore. I want genuine people who really are on my team, even if that comes down to 2 people, and one of those people is Brooklyn Daly. I'm okay with that. I think I know who my writers are, and, you know, honestly, she's just not one. Also, I want to give, you know, I want to go back to something on the reunion, things.
Yeah. And you know what I feel like? I'm happy she don't like dogging Cynthia out. She gave a simple example. She told something that I thought did not help me. It helped her. And I'm upset. And so we're not cool no more. I wish you the best.
That happened that you did not see, at least I don't think you saw. I do want to give a shout out to Porsha for speaking up off camera about the way things were handled with me.
And I think that's why she is still cool with Porsha and not Cynthia, because even though Porsha did say Kenya was wrong for what she did, she also was like, but I see why she did A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. You know, Kenya felt like, you know, no one had her back. She felt like I got to defend myself, and that's why she did what she did. So I do feel like Porsha did say what bad Kenya, but also said, but I get why she did it.
She did mention something, as I'm told, to Andy. And again, I'm not, you know, there's nothing, I have no beef with Andy. We have a great relationship. We were speaking often. I felt like he was in my corner. I feel like he was championing for me, but the whole situation was above him. And so, but I do know that during the reunion at some point, I don't know if the cameras were rolling or not, but I have been told that Porsha was very vocal and said, you know, she did not like the way they handled the situation with me. And so for that, I have to say thank you to Porsha for, you know, sticking up for me in that moment and about that situation.
Meaning that one thing is cool. Her saying I got shit from Drew, no.
So that's that. So let's see, would you ever do another reality show outside of Housewives? I don't think I would do another reality show outside of Housewives because, you know, you guys look, how often do I even post on social media?
Never.
Almost never. Honestly, if I wasn't on reality TV on this show, I would be a very private, you know, almost reclusive person because I don't really enjoy showing my life the way I have shown my life. I mean, people often weaponize things that you say constantly. Again, this is because of my teeth. I know I'm giving you lisp right now. I'm giving you a good old lisp, but please bear with me because in 2 weeks, Dr. Dave is gonna fix all that. So you know, it's like pulling teeth to even just get me to post. And I thank you for being Team Twirl and always following me. And like, you know, when I do post, it's like, yeah, we love it. But no. So the short answer is no. Someone is saying, so you're saying Miss Lanithia was correct in saying that Miss Bailey, it went too fast. One thing about Nene, I don't know her to be a liar. I don't know her to be a liar. Now, she has been, you know, unhinged at times. She has been, crashed out at times. Living your life on TV and the way that we do is not easy. So I'm just going to tell you that I don't know her to be a liar.
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it. See how I get thrown in stuff?
And I'm not speaking about when she crashed out about the network and things like that because I'm not going to speak on that. I don't believe that was, you know, truth in what she was saying in that regard.
Because some folk can be, you know, truthful in one regard and not so much in the other, I guess.
But when it comes to what she has said about other housewives, I think she has always kind of been right. That's what I think. Now, I know that, you know, some of the girls can be shady about some things. Some girls can be shady about other things. But again, I kind of have to wrap it up because I have a salon waiting with people, and I just wanted to give you some epic tea. Someone is talking about traders, Big Brother, all of those things. I've been asked to do those things in the past. I love traders. I was asked a few seasons ago, but it conflicted with my Real Housewives schedule. I was not asked this year. And so, yes. And at that moment, it would have been me. Think of how epic this would have been. Myself, Mimi, and for me, it was the Michael Rappaport of it all.
That would have been a great season. I think Nene and Kenya on that show and them both going to Michael Rappaport would have been great. I really wish she would have been able to do it.
That was the Michael. And Candace, oh my God, that would have just been epic. Lisa Rinna, thank you, honey. Get some tissue over there, already open. No. Brooklyn. So yes, it would have been epic. So hopefully you'll see me on some other shows coming soon. Of course, I don't announce anything until it's basically shot and ready to air.
Meaning she filmed something else and this hasn't aired yet.
Do I know about any of the tea for the upcoming season, and will I be on? Okay, so yeah, I actually kind of know some tea. The upcoming Brooklyn, I go out of the room with that and shut the door, honey. So I do know that they're adding 2 new housewives,
which makes sense because Kenya's gone and so is Britt
to the team. They're adding 2 new housewives, and I think you guys kind of know them both. They're both like known people. One is a business person and she's a restaurateur, and the other one is actually, you know how we always say, oh, it's giving Love and Hip Hop. The other one is actually from Love and Hip Hop.
The moment I heard her, I was like, "No, why? There is no one on any Love and Hip Hop franchise that I feel should ever be considered for housewives."
So yeah, there's that. There's that. Someone just said, "Are me and Mark back together?" Hell no, no. That is never going to happen. I usually never say never, but I'm going to say a good never on that. We're just trying to raise Brooklyn together. And honey, if the cameras were on us half the time, yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's not Rashida.
And I knew it wasn't Rashida because Rashida is so actively on. I felt like whoever it was, which we'll get to in 1 second, I always felt like whoever it was is someone who's not currently on the show. It had to be somebody who has been off the show for a while. So again, she's like, it's not Rashida.
It's not Rashida. And honestly, there's another rumor too. Somebody's asking, will Shamia be back? I don't know. I hear yes and I hear no. And that one, I can honestly say I don't really know the tea on that one. But I have been hearing both. Yes, and she'll be back. And I've been hearing no, she won't. So that you gotta wait. But they do start in 2 weeks. So the cast is pretty much, set. But I think if she backs out, there was a young lady that I know that was auditioning or interviewing, who is married, beautiful, gorgeous young woman.
And I think for Kenya to have even this insight, that means they were in talks of her either possibly returning, but she's still in the know of it all.
And I don't think she made it, but I think if Shamia is not there, she would be a great alternative. She's got, this beautiful marriage. She's been married long term. And she's a beautiful girl. So I would kind of be rooting for her. I think she kind of has what I feel is classic, Real Housewives energy.
They need to find someone like Angela.
Someone says, will I be a part of the cast? As of now, no. That could change. I keep hearing a lot of different things. We have been in talks. But as of this moment, it's a no.
Meaning, as they're filming the season, and depending on how things go, they may add me in later as a friend of or to come and wrap up some shit.
Let's see. Is Angela coming back? Yes. Yes, she is. Yay. Y'all were living for Miss Angela. Now she had to be coming back. So Drew, is she coming back? Yes. It's not Claudia. Claudia's not from Love and Hip Hop. What are you guys asking? So you want the names? Let's see. I don't know who these people are. Is Porsha coming back? Yes. Yandy is not part of it. No, it's not Yandy. She's actually a singer. Okay, I have to go. So Ooh, somebody asked, was it K. Michelle? That's a good guess.
So K. Michelle was the only person she did not say it was not her, which led people to believe that it would actually be K. Michelle. Now, I'm going to say this. I am not a K. Michelle hater. I like her music. However, I've seen her on VH1 shows and Love and Hip Hop shows for so much. I just don't feel that K. Michelle is housewife. I don't think she'll fit over there. I just don't. It's weird. You know, we've seen K. Michelle on many VH1 shows. She was on the Queen's Court show that was on Peacock. But I don't know. I don't again, it's not anything against K. Michelle particularly, but I just felt like I just don't see it working. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I think K. Michelle pops off so quick. What I'm like, did she live in Atlanta? Okay. Is she married? Because I feel like keep bringing people on who ain't married to a housewife show is just weird. So to allegedly, okay, they're saying it would be K. Michelle who was on Love and Hip Hop. She is a singer, and there's an other person is going to be Piggy Cole. Piggy Cole is the slutty vegan restaurateur. Okay, now I don't know much at all about Piggy, and I want someone we don't already know. I do. So we shall see how it goes. If it is K. Michelle, if it is Pico, whatever. But to me, I don't know why. Look, this is gonna sound mean, y'all. I just don't want anybody who was on Love and Hip Hop on the Housewife show. It just don't fit. Like, give Kay her own other show. Put her on something else. I just because who is K. Michelle friends with on the show? I don't think she knows, or because I've never seen her with anybody on the show. So, child, we shall see. I don't know. Again, they're not filming for a couple weeks. And again, all of this is speculation. Okay. But because Kenya did not say it was not K. Michelle, folks feel like it is K. Michelle. And maybe this is where they want to go with the housewife franchise. Maybe they want to go, different. Okay, different. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Okay. Now I feel like this is glitching, so I'm going to repost this whole live tomorrow morning because I'm like, I don't know if YouTube really let folk know I was on live. So again, if you watch live, thank you for being here. Okay, if you're watching this on Monday morning, yes, I took it down and reposted it for y'all to watch Monday morning. Because YouTube has been playing all day. But I hope y'all enjoyed anyway. Do not forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, share the video as well, and then also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. Okay. We did have our Love and Marriage Huntsville review. I did have a story time up and whatnot. And there's always other content up. Okay. And more than likely on Monday evening, I will be live to discuss whatever else is going on in the world. Okay. But because YouTube was playing today, I'm going to repost this on Monday morning. So yeah. But thank y'all for watching. Go enjoy the rest of y'all evening. I gotta go. Bye.
it.